Act 2010 was enacted to promote value addition to the national economy by stimulating growth and industrial development in the oil and gas sector of the economy. Aware that Section 105 of the NOGICD Act grants powers of enforcement to both the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board and Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety, NIMASA, as matters pertaining to Nigerian content development in the coastal and inland shipping sector of the maritime industry. Worried that the influx of foreign vessels into Nigerian downstream sector is alarming against the Coastal and Inland Shipping Cabotage Act 2003, which clearly restricts vessels engaged in domestic coastal trade such that only wholly owned, manned and registered Nigerian vessels can engage in the domestic coastal carriage of petroleum products within the coastal, territorial and inland waterways of Nigeria. Further aware that over the past 15 years, indigenous tonnage capacity and coastal shipping capabilities have grown remarkably with Nigerian operators owning multiple tanker vessels in their fleet. Note that the NNPC is the largest employer of downstream shipping services in Africa on account of 1. Direct sale of crude oil and direct purchase of petroleum products, DSDP fuel import contract. 2. Coastal and bunkering vessels service contracts for midstream transfer and coastal shipping of imported petroleum products to in-country depots and tank farms. Notwithstanding these activities and the numerous opportunities generated therein, the indigenous capacity and capabilities have not been enhanced. Also note that the capital freight spent by NNPC through direct sales of crude oil and direct purchase of petroleum products is approximately $60 million monthly, which amounts to about $720 million annually. Aware that the value of DSDP for 2019/2020 contract period is at the range of about $900 million, $0.9 billion, out of which foreign ship owners amount for nearly 100% of freight spent associated with this downstream activity, most of which is repatriated overseas to the detriment of the Nigerian economy. And regrets that lack of contract of carriage and the absence of guaranteed cargo tonnage in the maritime industries have led to the significant losses and collapse of domestic and indigenous shipping. I want the Senate to accordingly resolve: 1. Mandate the Committee on Local Contents and Petroleum Downstream to carry out an investigation with a view to unraveling the influx of foreign vessels in the coastal region and the level of patronage of Nigerian shipping companies. 2. Investigate the flagrant abuse of the NOGICD Act 2010 and the Cabotage Act 2003 respectively by the operators and stakeholders in the maritime industry through ship-to-ship transfer with coastal foreign vessels. Number 3, investigate foreign ship owners involved in freight associated with downstream activities to the detriment of the local economy or patronage. And number 4, mandate the Committee on Local Content and Downstream to investigate the reasons for the dominance of foreign vessels above locally owned, manned and registered vessels in the domestic carriage of petroleum products within the coastal territory and inland waterways of Nigeria. And number 5, investigate the actions of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company in ensuring participation of indigenous companies in the freight of petroleum products in line with the provisions of the Presidential Executive Order 5, 2018. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, distinguished lecturer.
Thank you, Mr. President Ibikunle Amosun. I represent Ogun Central. Mr. President, let me commend Senator Mustafa for this motion, and let me, in seconding this motion, urge my colleagues to support this very important motion for just few reasons. 1, they should check capital flights. It will support capacity building initiative. It will create employment for our people, and it will help in transferring technology. We are complaining that we don't have, we need revenue, and this is a very good opportunity for us to look into those revenue that are being lost on a daily basis. So, Mr. President, I want to wholeheartedly support this motion, and I think the appropriate committee should be quickly saddled with the responsibility of funding dwelling on this. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Approval of this motion. Nigeria is a maritime state, and one of the benefits of being a maritime state is to have the necessary capacity in the industry to be able to tap the resources of that God-endowed resources of being a maritime state. And secondly, too, in terms of technology, there's a need for Nigerians to be actively involved in that particular importance area, particularly as relates the oil and gas sector and also the maritime industry. I remember very well that when the capital...
Distinguished, we have very limited time, so maybe you just round up. Distinguished colleagues, will go to the prayers. Prayer 1. Mandate the committees for local content and petroleum downstream to carry out an investigation with a view to unraveling the influx of foreign vessels in the coastal region and the level of patronage of Nigerian shipping companies. Those in favor of prayer 1 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 2. Investigate the flagrant abuse of the NOGCID CD Act 2010 and Cabotage Act 2003, respectively, by the operators and stakeholders in the maritime industry through ship-to-ship transfer with coastal foreign vessel. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 3. Investigate foreign ship owners of freight associated with downstream activities repatriated overseas by NNPC to the detriment of the local company, local economy or patronage. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 4. Mandate the committee on local content to investigate the reasons for the dominance of foreign vessels above locally owned, manned and registered vessels in the domestic carriage of petroleum products within the coastal territory and inland waterways of Nigeria. Those in favor of prayer 4 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. And prayer 5. Investigate the actions of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company in ensuring participation of indigenous companies in the freight of petroleum products in line with provisions of Presidential Executive Order 5, 2018. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Thank you very much.